The purpose for this video is to get your mindset into thinking outside of the box of your personal circumstance and learn how to detect truth and error. Hi everyone, my name is Minna Crichton. Welcome to my channel. Some of the videos example the mental health assessments that came out, the last two video clips were on the mental health assessments. They're done in the platform and the mannerism of a court environment. So those video clips were done in the mannerism of a court environment for the purpose of articulating true evidence as they were being disclosed by myself, being my personal profile. So you can't water down the truth of the seriousness of what has actually happened or what I've been through. So if anyone's been to a court, there's nothing funny about being a victim to any form of abuse. But this video clip is in relation to the actual mental health assessments, and it's going to be on common sense questions to get you to know what to look for out for yourself if it was you in your own circumstance. So just a reminder that the laws in your country may be different to the laws in my country. So I will be interpreting the laws in my country to my own personal profile. So that's where I will be approaching as far as my case is concerned. My case is a historical case, and I'm dealing with my profile as the subject or the individual in this matter. So I'm actually trying to prove my case in the sense that I've been subject to cyberbullying and some kind of secret exploitation that's been out of my control. Okay, there was a video done a few months ago about privacy breaches and laws. Now, at that time when I did those videos, there was no personal profile, for us to relate the questions I was asking. But those videos were actually purposed to test your knowledge, to see if you know what a privacy breach is or what is a breach. So it was really to test your own knowledge, to see if you know what is a breach, because you'd be surprised how many people don't know what a breach is. But this video clip is about breaches, but we have a personal profile to relate the questions to, and that it will be mine, my personal profile. So all the common sense questions that I'll be asking, I will be approaching it as from my own personal profile, and some of the questions will be to test your knowledge, to see if you can detect yourself just from what I've told you what is a breach. And I'll just go through them and explain them to you as we go along. And then at the end of all the videos, this video, all the questions, I will make another video clip to answer those questions, but I won't be able to tell you when I will bring out that video. You just have to look out for it, because there is another video that's coming out soon. Okay, there is an actual total of 3 mental health assessments in my personal profile, and the third one is the one I was just talking about. It's going to come out soon. The questions will be related to that one too, but you'll have a bit of time just to get a head around and try it out for yourself. And there's a reason why I'm telling you to do it yourself if you're interested. But common sense is not something that comes natural. It usually comes from experience and knowledge and knowing about it, and it's only then you can relate, translate it, and interpret it correctly to help protect yourself should, anything that comes your way that's out of your control and you know something's not right about it. So here we go. We'll start with the questions. Question number 1. How many individuals in public office, when I say public office, I mean staff, is involved in making decisions about the subject? Question number 2. How many public office, some of us call them employees or staff, but they're actually called public office in the legislation in my country. How many public officers were detected in the whole of the report of each assessment? So just a reminder, you've got to answer the questions for each mental health assessment. None of them are the same, they're all different. So you'll be using this question for each assessment. Number 3, who is allowed to have access to your personal profile and why? And when is it not okay for anyone to access your personal profile? Number 4, what steps can I take to have actual access to my profile? And when can I access my profile? Number 5, what steps can I take if I find something that is on my profile that is not true? Number 6, what are the risks of not checking what is written on your personal profile? Number 7, focusing on the mental health assessments that I've disclosed, where in this case I am the subject. Was the subject on any medication, and if so, what kind of medication? So I've already disclosed 2, and the other one will come out soon, but that too will be these questions I already mentioned is related to that 3rd one that's going to come out soon. Number 8, what was the subject's mental, spiritual background status at this point in time of her life, and when each assessment were assessed? Number 9, what are the vital key aspects that must be taken into consideration about the subject before making a decision? Number 10, what type of breaches relates to these assessments and report, and how many can you detect? So what I'm asking you here is, how many breaches can you actually detect on each report? I'm just trying to get you to think so you know what to look out for your own reports. So your circumstance would be different. So, but in this case, we're just dealing with my profile. Who and what company, organization, government agency retains your personal profile? Okay, the reason why I've asked this question is because in this new technology system, in this generation, they've changed the whole system where they've, for an example, in one country, they've used one name for a government agency, but in reality, they're actually split up in different categories, or they're not all, just because it's under one umbrella, it doesn't mean that they're all the same company. So you need to know all these sort of information so you know who to make complaints to and stuff like that. But in saying though, that even though that they've actually split, the agencies to different departments, the legislation still relates to them regardless. So I'm asking you in this question, who and what company or government agencies retains your personal profile? So in this question, it might be a good idea if you just write down your own from your own personal profile in your country, and I will use mine because you don't know, but I will use mine as an example, and then I will disclose, see if we're all on the same boat. But it's just so you know what to look for and where your personal profile is, and yeah, it's just so you can understand more about your personal profile. And number 12, who is liable for any damages or criminal offences that may occur whilst you are a client too. Okay, this is another reason why your personal profile is really, really, really important. Number 13, what can I do if I have an English barrier or illiterate? Sorry. Number 14, what is a wrongdoing? And some country might be called something different. In my country, it's called, and in our legislation, it's called wrongdoing. There are probably other names for it, but yeah, it's important that you know what this is. And if you don't know what it is, you need to find out, because you need to use the terminology that relates to the legislation, the laws. So then these are the kind of things you need to know if you're going to put a case together. And how many can you detect in the report and assessments? So I'm asking, how many wrongdoings can you actually detect in one report? In each assessment, how many wrongdoing can you actually come up with? Just write a list. I know it's hard. It's hard for you to write it down, but I've already actually basically given the key elements of what I've picked out. I know everything in regards to my profile because it's mine, and I also have the experience behind me knowing what to look for and what it should be. For some people, they don't have that knowledge, but at least it's a stepping stone for you just to know the basics at least. So you can get the answer just from what I've told you or disclosed verbally. It still helps you if you're keen on answering these questions. The answer's already in the video clips. Okay, so number 15, does the reports and assessments articulate reasonable, sufficient legal action, and if so, which jurisdiction? Does it justify credibility for a lawsuit? Okay, so that's number 15. So I will leave this video clip with those questions, and so I will answer them in a separate video clip just to answer all the questions. So I can't tell you when it's coming out. It's scheduled for me to work on, so just look out for it, but it is coming out. So I hope my channel is helping you to understand. And also one thing that's come to mind, I think it's important to mention, is that although my case, I'm dealing with my personal profile in a whole to prove cyberbullying, each assessments were done in different time frames, but I'm still able, why I've collected because I've been consistent with my own personal profile, I'm able to make a consistent court case to prove serious wrongdoings in my whole profile. But so, it's just, at the end of you understanding cyberbullying, you'll get to understand and appreciate why it is actually important to check out the information that's written about you by those people that you are a client to. Yeah, so don't forget to click like, and I will see you in my next video.